Hello, welcome. I'm just gonna take a minute to drop in. It's been like super crazy today. Um, if my journey or taking any of these classes with me, you know I'm kind of in different spaces. Everywhere I go is like new every day, and the group of people that I'm with is like quarantined in terms of like a closed circle. But there's still like 10 or 12 people, I should count, in our kind of closed circle and multiple spaces that we're inhabiting. I made a post last night that felt really poignant in these times. Just that I'm really hoping that these times of quarantine bring us into a deep longing for community. I really hope that we don't go back to the way things were, driving all around town to our different jobs and friends and neighborhoods and everything else. It just feels like all of that movement that we have been in for who knows how long, it seems so futile right now, and it seems that the earth is really recovering now that we are all staying put and staying still. So that being said, I know a lot of people are not quarantined with a group of their loved ones. And so it's important that we hold both spaces for ourselves. That if any of you are feeling depressed or lonely, that we make space to really feel that. That you make space to really feel that. That you can go within and experience that emotion within yourself. And that from that emotion, you are able to look into the future and see how you really want it to be. What dreams are you envisioning for your future, for our future, for the community as a whole? So I pulled a card for my class today, like for the collective. And so if you want to just get settled in and bear with me, I'm just responding to someone just sent me a message that said, "Are you doing yoga?" And I said, "I'm doing it right now." So this is a yoga class. It's all levels. It's going to be really gentle. You don't need really any equipment. I use a mat, but you can just do it on the floor. If you do have clothes that are about the same later in the class, that'd be great. And I like to cover myself up with a blanket at the end of class. So if you have a blanket that you can cover yourself up with, grab one of those and just get yourself settled in. I'm going to start with just a short reading on this card that I pulled. Like I said, I pulled it for the collective, and it just felt really powerful for the times that we're going through. And it tied into this feeling that I've been having, that it's okay to feel kind of melancholy about how things are right now. And if you allow yourself to go into that feeling and to feel it and to go within, then what is it creating a longing in you about? Like, are you feeling lonely in quarantine, and can that allow you to long to be in community? I mean, really, my greatest dream is being realized in the space that I am. We have 10 adults and one amazing 5-year-old and a couple of chickens, and you know, it's time to start planting. It's time to start planting actual physical seeds in the earth, and it's time to start planting metaphysical seeds in the ethers. For what are we going to create out of this? All right? So for those of you just joining, welcome. Let's just find a comfortable seat. And, you know, I apologize in advance if anything weird happens with the internet. We have Wi-Fi here. It should be great, but in these strange times, things cut out, and just know it's not personal. So go ahead and find your comfortable seat. Close the eyes. And just begin to take some nice deep breaths. For those of you just joining, just find your seat, sit up tall, close the eyes, and see if you can allow some space to receive this short reading to flavor the class. The card that I pulled today is the Four of Cups, and it's from this beautiful deck here, if you can see it. This card speaks of inner states: depression, self-absorption, moodiness, and escapism. Sometimes this card tells us that we need to turn inward and examine our thoughts and motivations. But it also advice that involution may have. Often this card is discouraged, bored, or dissatisfied. You may be feeling apathetic or unmotivated. The card may be asking you to turn your attention inwards and find the truth for which you are searching. Avoid distractions and examine your heart and mind to gain clarity. For some of you, it may be a time where you have grown wary of the struggle or routine, and as a result started to withdraw and go within yourself to seek greater peace and tranquility. However, this Four of Cups is most often a call to action. It is a time to wake up, be alert, and be open to new experiences. Break the routine. Find new motivation. Help someone else. In yourself and the world. In these actions, find your path again. For some of us, it might even suggest that there are opportunities available to you that might pass you by if you don't act soon. It's a time to rouse ourselves from a stagnant state. But it also says, act now, before it is too late. So just take a moment to notice if any part of that reading landed for you. And from that place where that seed has landed in the fertile soil of your mind and your heart, please take a moment to set an intention around this theme. Or any intention you've been working with. A positive word or phrase that you might be able to repeat in your mind if your mind wanders throughout the class. And when you're ready, slowly bring the palms to press together. Sit up nice and tall. And we'll begin the practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om. I invite you to make some kind of sound, this Om, if you will, to fill your space, to cleanse and set the space. Time for this practice today. In through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. With the eyes closed, begin to rub the hands together, create a little bit of heat and friction with the hands. And place the hands over the eyes. Allow the heat of the hands to soften the face and sneak a smile, even if you have to fake it. And when you're ready, flutter the eyes open and float the hands down. So we're just going to keep ourselves in our seated position here. Interlace the fingers, inhale, flip the palms, and open the heart. And round through the upper back, press the palms away. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale. So we're just waking up the spine, waking up the breath. One more big inhale. Hands all the way to the floor. So finding the hands on the floor, just allow yourself to sway side to side and breathe into the hips and the lower back. I've been doing these yoga classes on Facebook Live as an offering, just like having the recordings and sharing. And I did a flow class yesterday. And man, my hips are sore. So we'll be doing some hip releasing today. One more big inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to come on up. Switch which foot you have in front or on top. So always working towards creating that balance in the body. And on an inhale, reach it up, touch your palms overhead. Exhale, lower the right hand down, reach the left arm over to the side. Inhale up through center. And exhale to the other side. And just start to move and flow, big inhales. And exhales. Inhale up. And exhale over. One more. Inhale up. And exhale over. Inhale up, touch the palms overhead. Exhale, gentle twist to the right. Float the hands down to the knee and just behind you on the earth. Inhale, back up through center. Reach the arms up. And exhale, gentle twist in the opposite. And just find that flow. Inhale up through center. Exhale, gentle twist. Inhale up. And exhale, twist. We'll do one more in each direction, and I just want you to think about clearing your energetic field. Just like you're sweeping away any of that kind of fogginess that can happen, that stagnation that the reading talked about. Just sweeping it away, doing some spring cleaning. Inhale up through center. And exhale, release the feet or the hands to the floor. And again, just sway. You might notice one side feels tighter than the other. That's okay. And the most important thing is that you continue with those deep cleansing breaths. Truly, truly the deepest breaths that you've taken all day. For 3. 2. Last big and exhale. And slowly start to come on up. Let's release the legs out in front. Just give them a little shake. I like to sometimes make little fists with my hands, and you can do some activation through the legs here. This is a great way to move energy. So if you've ever heard in Chinese medicine, they talk about qi. the internal energy. In yoga, they usually talk about prana. So this kind of tapping, you can tap into the feet and the legs, kind of slapping sensation into the hips and the lower back. This is a great way to move chi. And even in like the modern medical way of looking at it, it helps move the lymph. So getting out of that stagnation, that depression that can happen when we're freaking quarantined, right? And how do we get up and start to truly imagine into our future? All right, other leg. You can do with the fists or with the hands. Just feel the energy moving through the body, breaking it up. Just in the arms. Do a little bit on the neck. A little Tarzan action here. These points where you would naturally hit your chest or the grief points. And I think it's in Chinese medicine. And we're all grieving for the life that we once had. But how do we turn that grief into the life that we're creating? You can do the lower lungs, the belly. I like to just lightly tap the head, the back of the head. You can use just the 2 middle fingers on the forehead and around the face. Sometimes I'll go just to the middle finger around the bridge of the nose and just doing some gentle tapping on the face and the jaw, the neck, the head. And just notice how you feel. Hopefully you're feeling more energy moving, right? So these are all just tips and tricks that you can use off the mat and in the world anytime. All right, let's take a forward fold flow. So inhale, reach it up. And exhale, forward fold. We'll do that a couple times. Full rotation of the shoulders, big inhale. And exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, fold. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Fold and hold. And I'll just ask you to make some circles with your feet in one direction. Just circling the feet. You can just kind of see my toes in the video. And circling the feet in the other direction. Just nice and gentle. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slowly come on up. Let's bring the feet wide. Feet wide, you can flex the feet or you can point the toes. So either flexed or pointed as long as there's intention in the feet. And then just tip the pelvis. We do this one a lot in this class. It's kind of the quintessential yoga pose, like, I'm not flexible enough to do that one. Bring the hands forward. So, wide-legged forward fold, yep. I heard a yoga teacher say one time, saying that you're not flexible enough to do yoga is like saying you're too dirty to take a shower. And just start to walk the hands forward, and you can sway side to side. That gentle sway is just a nice way to feel into your body, a nice way to ease into the stretch. And you'll notice over time that you'll be able to come a little bit lower and lower and lower as your practice unfolds, and just breathe for 3, 2. But don't worry how low you come, just what feels good. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to come on up. Let's go ahead and find our way into the tabletop position. So tabletop position is going to be hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. And we'll move through a few cow poses. As you drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, and rounding up through cat. You hug the belly to the spine and press the earth away. And just gently moving through some cow and cat. Deep breaths here, 3 more. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Let's find child's pose. So bring the big toes to touch and let the hips sit on the heels. And then release the forehead to the earth. If the forehead doesn't touch the earth, you can stack your 2 hands or stack 2 fists. But make sure that your forehead, the center of your forehead, is touching something. This is going to engage your body's parasympathetic nervous system or relaxation response. 5 deep breaths here. 4. 3. Make a sigh, make a sound. 2 more. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to come on up. Now typically in this particular class, I don't teach a lot of standing poses, but today we are going to do one standing pose, kind of a standing pose, downward facing dog. Super basic yoga pose. I'll talk you through it. So you're going to plant the hands as wide as the mat. Fingers are spread, palms are flat. Lift the hips, tuck the toes, and then lift the hips as you straighten the legs or work them 2 straight. So I'm going to demo here a downward facing dog with bent knees. Between your arms. Okay? And then from there you can start to bend one knee as you straighten the other leg and then switch sides. We won't be here too long. I just want us to have an opportunity to feel into the calves and the back of the legs. The idea here is that if we've been stuck inside, it's time to get the energy moving, release the stagnation and find the motivation and come back to your intention. 2 more deep breaths. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. So when you're ready, you can lift that right foot up a little bit to kind of swing it through in between the hands. Then you'll come down onto that left knee. And you'll shimmy the right foot forward until it's hips. So we're in what's called a low lunge here. So you're on the back knee, but not straight down. There's that forward motion that keeps you on that kneecap there. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen through the back of the head. And exhale, shift the hips back, point the toes towards the face, and fold over that front leg. And we're just going to flow a little bit here. Inhale, forward, low lunge. And exhale, bring it back. Let's do 3 more. Two. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And when you're ready, come forward. Plant the hands. Curl the left toes. And step back down dog. So this is our last kind of moving around series that we'll do, and then we'll get more into the on the floor work and into the deep relaxation. Just want to get that energy moving through the hips. So when you're ready, you can reach that left leg up a little bit and swing it through. Release to the right knee, uncurl the right toes. Shimmy those left toes forward. Ideally that left knee is directly over the left ankle. And again, you're not down on that right knee, but forward. There we go. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, shift it back. Pull the left toes towards the face as you fold over the left leg. And just move and breathe. Inhale, forward. And exhale, bring it back. Find your own breath. 3 more. Your own rhythm for 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Inhale forward into your low lunge. This is a move that comes more from my flow classes, so give it a try. Curl the right toes under, step back, down dog. And here's the fun part. You get to kind of bend the knees and just hop a little bit forward till you find yourself on your booty. If you don't make it for the hop, just go ahead and sit down. So my Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes from 9 to 10 a.m. Colorado time, we do a lot more of that movement and we're kind of up on the hands and the feet, but this is intended to be a restorative class, so hopefully through the hips. We'll do a little bit more hip work here. Bring the left knee in, and you can slide the right foot underneath, and then you're going to bring the left foot over top of the right knee. So hopefully you guys can see okay here. This is one of my favorite self-care techniques. It's like the best massage spot for me, but I get to do it for myself. I know a lot of us are missing massage right now. Right arm around the left knee and sit up nice and tall. Gaze over the left shoulder and just start to rock and roll a little bit. I think I might do this in almost every single one of my classes just because it feels so good in my body. So let me know how it feels for you. I love special requests, so if you're ever able to log on a little bit early, we can check in and find out what's happening for you, and if you have any special requests in your body, specific poses or specific areas you want to stretch. And just rock and breathe. Let's do 3 more deep breaths here. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. And slowly switch the feet. So this time the left foot is coming under, the knees bent, and the right foot up and over. So make sure both sits bones are rooted into the ground. And then you can wrap that left arm around the right knee. Woo! I can tell you which side is my tight side. It's this one. And just breathe. You can rock. You can sigh. If you're home alone, you might even make a noise with your lips. Even if people are there, I guess you could do that. But the idea is that we're moving energy through the body. We're clearing out any stagnation. We're making space to turn inwards and find new motivation out of what is kind of a depressing time in the world. Right? So come back to your intention. Maybe repeat it in your mind for 3 more breaths. Big inhales and exhales. 2. One big inhale. And exhale. And slowly release and unwind. Let's switch to a position on the back. So rolling onto the back. Hug the knees into the chest and just rock side to side. Is anybody just joining? It's just a gentle class, so it's perfectly acceptable and beneficial to jump in at any time. And just make some circles with the knees in one direction. Whew. Let's make some circles with the knees. We're going to come and do a supine twist here. But we'll do a little bit of movement to get there. So bring the arms to cactus or field goal arms. Pretty self-explanatory. Field goal arms. Butt down on the ground. Inhale the knees into the chest. And exhale, drop both knees towards the right elbow. Inhale up through center. So we're going to do the movement first. And exhale both knees to the left elbow. I don't know if you heard my back crack. Inhale up. Back cracks are fine as long as there's no pain. Exhale to the side. We're just going to do side to side a couple more times. Inhale up. And exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over and hold here. So the knees are stacked on the earth. You can use that hand to press the top leg down. Now, this back shoulder might be just kind of hanging out there. That's okay. You might feel a stretch across the chest or pectoral muscles. If it's uncomfortable, that's where having a pillow is great. You can place your pillow underneath that shoulder that's kind of hanging out. Sometimes I like to even straighten that arm and reach. So most of us have our knees to the right. I'll be cueing for that. If your knees are to the left, that's totally fine. Just make sure you do the opposite side on the next round. 4 deep breaths here, big inhales. And exhales. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Bring the arms back to your cactus or field goal arms and press into the elbows, and from there, lifting back up to center. You can take a minute and kind of find your center here. Big inhale. And exhale, drop the knees in the opposite direction. So for most of us, that'll be to the left, but some of you might be doing opposite side. That's okay. Bringing the left hand to the top of the right knee. And you can see even better here see how my right shoulder's kind of hanging out up here? This is where a rolled up blanket or pillow underneath the shoulder can just alleviate any discomfort. Or maybe it feels good for you, that stretch. Maybe it's moving that stagnant energy and you're able to kind of squeeze the shoulder blade down to the earth. Breathe into the stretch. If the mind wanders, come back to your intention for 4. 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Bring the arms back to cactus or field goal arms. Inhale up through center. Find your center once again and grab a hold of the hamstrings. I'm just going to pump the feet forward and back a little bit, massage along the spine. This is really great to get energy moving, especially if you did a Netflix binge and we're sitting on the sofa. Just getting the energy moving in a nice, gentle, and restorative way. When you're ready, back. Let's bring the feet wide. So I'll scooch so you guys can see a little bit better. So for me, I'm pretty flexible. But the heels can come as close to the buttocks and as wide as is comfortable for you, as long as the knees stay together. And the knees can kind of drop down towards the earth here. The best word I can use to describe this stretch is it's an interesting sensation. But I have noticed that who are able to do the stretch and put their knees all the way down to the ground, they're the ones who have like the least amount of back pain, if any at all, you know. It's taken me years to get to this point, and I'm still working on it. That's why they say it's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfect, right? Make a sigh if you can. You can even reach the arms up overhead if that feels good to you. Two more deep breaths. Last one. Inhale the knees up over the feet are wide. If you do have a yoga mat, make sure you're centered and allow the feet to come as wide as the mat. The knees are going to be up over the feet. And from here, we're going to windshield the wipers, the knees side to side, but keep your feet where they are. So just roll the inner and the outer edges. So big inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhale up through center. And exhale, drop the knees to the left. And just do this a few times. Inhale up. And exhale over. Inhale up. And exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Hold there. You can reach the left arm straight up and find a nice stretch from the left knee all. If you want more, you can bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee and use it to kind of press it down as you stretch that left arm up and out. Two more deep breaths here. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Slowly release and come back to center. Inhale, find your center. And exhale, drop the knees to the left. This time you can reach the right arm up, 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 up. Maybe this is enough for you, stretching from the right knee all the way out through the right fingers. If you want more, left foot to the outside of the right knee, pressing it down. Notice my back is still a little bit arched here, right? Wherever it comes in your body. For 3. 2. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Release the left foot, unwind, come on back to center. To grab your pillows that I had you get in the beginning of class. If you don't have them, that's totally fine. I know a couple of you are joined late. But if you have two pillows that are about the same size, we're going to use those to support the knees. So the idea here is that the feet are as close to the body as can be, and the knees are supported so that when you come down onto the back, you're able to let the arms flop open to the sides. Give yourself some space in your armpits. If you have a blanket handy and you want to cover your belly or your body with a blanket, please feel free to do that. Tuck the shoulders under. Let the palms face up. And close the eyes. In the reading that we did at the beginning of class, it was mentioned that as a collective, we are being called to go within. Have you really allowed yourself the time to do this? Or have you stayed busy? Social media, busy with housework or work or crafting, whatever kind of busy work that you've created for yourself. Or have you really taken the time to drop into your heart space? Allow this moment in time to be just that. The time and the space to go within. To listen. If you've been feeling the depression, the stagnation that I think as a collective a lot of us are feeling, allow this to be a listening for the motivation of what comes next. For when we're on the other side of this, how do you want things to be different? Visualize and feel your body as you know that you have the ability to change your body. Visualize and feel your mind. And know that you have the ability to change your mind. Visualize and feel your living situation, your daily life. Want it to be how you dream for it to be, and know that you have the ability to change your life. Visualize and feel into your community. Maybe it's people you work with. Maybe it's people you live near. What is your community now? What is the community that your heart longs for? Visualize it and feel it and breathe into it and know that you have the ability to be the change.
Visualize and feel this earth, our planet, this world that we all share, how it has been and how we all want and wish and dream and see in our mind's eye this new paradigm, this new world, this new earth. Even as the earth is healing from pollution during this time of our stillness. Feel in your body and see in your mind the world that you want to create out of this. And breathe life into it. And know that you have the ability to change the world through your thoughts and your feelings, to your visions and where you bring your attention and attention. If this pose feels really juicy for you, if you want to stay here, please do. Bring the hands to the outsides of the knees and press the knees together. And you'll extend the legs out in front, finding yourself flat on the back for final Shavasana. You can bring the pillows under the knees if you'd like. This can help if you have any back pain. You also have the option to, if it's a thin pillow or a soft pillow, you can bring a pillow for under the head. And I've talked about bolsters in this class before, but I don't think I've ever showed one. So this is a yoga bolster. You can get them online. If you have one, please feel free to bring it from class. I really like to bring this under the knees, so I'm going to go ahead and do it today. And if you have questions about how to order one of those or how to pick one out, send me a message, let me know. And just find yourself flat on your back. You can also just be flat on the back without any pillows or blankets or props, right? Close the eyes and just allow yourself to settle into final Shavasana, final resting pose. Come back to that state that we were just in, this feeling and visualizing the body, the mind, the heart, our lives, our community, our world, and this beautiful light, this beautiful picture of this future of intention and visualization and fruition, this new earth, this new paradigm. And allow that feeling, that sensation, that knowing, that motivation to keep dreaming, to keep seeing, to keep breathing life into this new way. That is the energy that we will move through our bodies today. The motivation of positivity, of creativity, that motivation and energy of a new way of being in yourself and in the world. And if that feeling had a color, what color would it be? Allowing that feeling and that color to rest in your heart space. Allow that feeling and that color to condense in the heart space until it's a ball of colored light, awareness and intention, visualization and dreams, condensed into a colored ball of light at the heart space. And allow your awareness and that color, that motivation to move down from the heart, through the vertebrae, into the tailbone area. Allow that awareness and intention and motivation to divide and conquer as it moves into both hips and upper legs, lower legs, into the feet, into the tips of all 10 toes. Feel the simultaneous relaxation and activation as you move your awareness, this colored light, through the toes and the feet and the ankles. Feel this energy move with your awareness, this color and this motivation up through the shins and the calves, the knees, the quadriceps, hamstrings, inner and outer thighs. Feel relaxation and activation all the way from the tips of the toes through the entire leg area, every single cell like a laser beam activating all the way up into the hips and through the hip flexors or groin area, the outer hips, the glutes or buttocks muscles, and through the pelvis, the pelvic floor, the hip joints, the root. Simultaneously relaxed and activated, motivated, with visions of your body, mind, your heart, your community, your world becoming anew through you. As your awareness travels, this colored light with it, relaxation and activation through the abdominals, relaxation and activation through all of the internal organs, the psoas, the diaphragm, the lungs and the ribs, 360 degrees around the lungs and the ribs, this relaxation and activation, even the tiny little muscles in between the ribs soften and activate. And allowing that colored light, that awareness to swirl around your heart space, to relax and soften the heart, while also activating and motivating the heart to continue dreaming the dreams of the future that you wish for, that you know is coming for all of us. That relaxation and activation across the chest or pectoral muscles, into the armpits and down the side bodies to the lower back. See that color as your awareness travels, that relaxation and motivation traveling up through the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Across the shoulder blades and the tops of the shoulders, into the biceps and triceps. Feel that relaxation and the activation, the motivation, the visualization, that energy and that color traveling through the biceps and triceps, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, and into the tips of all 10 fingers. In complete stillness, can you still feel the energy, the pulsation, the vibration of the prana, the life force energy, the chi in the tips of the fingers? Allow your awareness to travel back up through the fingers and the hands, the wrists, the lower arms, the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulders. Relax down the collarbones and up the front of the neck. See this color traveling around the sides of the neck and up the back of the neck, all the way to the crown of the head. Feel a softening and opening, a relaxation and motivation in the crown of the head, the skull, the scalp, the hair, into the forehead and down the sides of the head, through the temples, the ears, the lower jaw. Whatever color you see, allow your awareness to travel, and you can visualize that color moving through the body, that relaxation and motivation through the jaw, the chin, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, through the roof of the mouth and the sinuses to the nose and cheeks, and in the eye area, the eyebrows, the eyelids, the circular muscles that line the eye sockets, even the eyeballs relax, yet feel energized as they settle into their sockets, a gentle inwards and upwards rotation of the eyes. Nothing forced. Totally natural. As your awareness comes to the center of the brain, at the top of the spinal column, feel the relaxation and motivation through the brain as it is just a muscle. Let it relax, yet still be energized. Allow your awareness to drop back down into your heart. Feeling truly that whatever motivation is coming through you to visualize a positive future for your body, your mind, your heart, your community, your world, that is coming through the heart, not the mind. Can you feel into that heart space, the wishes, the dreams, the visualizations and intentions of your heart? And renewing your commitment to your intentions, to talking about what you want to see happen, to thinking about what you want to see happen, to visualizing what you want to see happen, but more than anything, to feeling it in your heart, in your body, in every single cell of your entire body as you deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. And even move the head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead and the feet down below. Take a nice full body stretch. Bend the knees one at a time. Bring your feet to the mat. Pillow or bolster under there. Then roll through the fetal position on one side. Allow yourself to just be held here for a moment. Feel an energy, a presence coming over you and spooning you and telling you it's all going to be okay. And when you're ready, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes are still closed if you can. Bring the palms to press together at heart center as you remember your intention. As you remember the reading from today. That it's okay for us to feel these waves of stagnation, depression, whatever it is. We're in a very unique circumstance. But when we take the time to go within, to listen to the callings of our hearts, and to visualize want things to be on the other side of this. It can lift the spirits, it can bring on fresh waves of intention and motivation. Keep visualizing, keep dreaming, keep being exactly as you are. For you are a gift to this world. Thank you for holding space for yourself today and for the collective. Sealing our practice with 2 cleansing breaths and 1 Om in through the nose and out through the mouth. This time sigh. This time Om. Thumbs to the heart, then the lips, and then the forehead. Remind us to keep these intentions in our hearts, in our words, and in our thoughts. As we bow to each other, it is to all beings. The visualizations, the intentions, the motivation and gifts within me sees different and unique visualizations, intentions, motivations, and gifts within each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me. Oh, what a pleasure. It is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Colorado time. I do this restorative class. And then I have like a more active yoga flow if you are feeling up for it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 10 a.m. And I'm posting them for anybody, if you have anyone in your life that might benefit from the flow style class or these restorative style classes. Just connect with me. I'm posting them on my Facebook, and I'm happy for you to do replays or share with anyone else in your life. And I'm doing it as like donation basis, pay what you can. I usually post the Venmo and PayPal links, but some people can't right now, and I'm totally open to receive blessings, prayers, shout outs. So if anyone that you know might benefit, please feel free to share. And if you have any special requests, let me know. And otherwise, I will see you next time.